If you have pavers for a driveway, you've obviously dealt with weeds going through, and of course we love our ants, especially here in Florida. So little pro tip, they're going to keep on coming through unless we do something about it, right? I can see a little ant crawling there, and I like the little buggers. I'm not trying to cause them harm, but it's obviously going to cause an issue if we keep on trying to seal the driveway. So maybe hold this camera for me, sir, and then we're going to kind of nuzzle out a bigger hole here. And you'd be surprised of how deep this really goes, because watch what happens. Whatever glue I put in here, I'm working on other holes. I'll be doing this for the next half hour minimum. There's cavities underneath here that are so big, I'm talking about like this, but they'll go up to, I'll end up needing a lot more than a gallon of wood glue. And you can use other stuff. The reason I prefer wood glue over other products is because it'll get in there, it'll seep in there, stay wet enough, stay tacky enough, perfect consistency, so when it dries up, it'll dry up real hard and nice, don't get me wrong, but it'll actually seep down and go into where I need to go to enough. So if you look at this cavity, that's what we were just looking at before. And watch as I put a lot. And it's crazy because when I fill in this other one that's over here, this one will start to go down. It's pretty crazy. So I'm going to make this hole bigger again. I'm going to take this side, my putty knife. I'm just going to get some of this sand out of here. And then I'm going to start to put sand in here like so, and you'll see it start to seep down. And if you go to this area, it's gone down quite a bit. It'll start to go down. Once it starts to go down, see, I don't know if you can see it through the camera, but it's going down, down. I'll let you look at this side. Look, this side's going down. I put so much in there. You'll see. Look at that. It's already seeped down in there, which is down enough that it'll allow me to put more. And you're going to do this for a long time. It's going to take like a half hour, but eventually you'll fill up the cavity. Now, will they come back again in another place? Yes, they will. But we've at least got this. See, can you see it? Going quite down quite a bit. I'm going to put more in there. And then I'm going to go to this other one. I've got a bunch more to go to. And if we go over to my other holes that I've been working on for a while now, oh, where's my other hole? Sorry, I went over it right here. And then we're going to go to this hole again, where it's actually gone down already in. And we'll wait for those. Now I'm going to go to a couple other holes, but you got the idea. Here, let's go to the other holes over here. Actually, fill this in again. Allowing a little bit of an air gap right here, so I can fill in. Get that out of here. Here, let's go back to these holes. And if you see, they've already gone in. And we're going to be doing this over and over again. Okay. Let's go to our other holes over here. Well, you said I'm on one? Oh, okay. Make this hole a little bigger. The reason I'm moving the sand away is because I don't want the sand to block. I want my wood glue to get in there. The reason I like wood glue, it's a little different than traditional elmer's glue, but the color of it will go very well. It'll kind of be like a clear, much clearer version of this right here, but it'll mold to whatever I do, so like it'll become the sand. So as that goes in, let's go to this other hole over here. I'll brush the sand away. This is a much smaller hole. Can't really see the hole, you have to come around that way. Just put a little dab in there, not much. I don't know how much that's going to go down. Let's go back to this hole again. Okay, I'll let that sit like that for a minute. Okay, we're going to go over here to our other holes. They're all, you see, all these holes are empty again. Obviously, wipe out any excess you have here. We're going to go to here. Okay. Okay. Go back to these holes again. And I believe all these are connected underground. So okay. We're going to go back over, what's that? Go over to this guy again. And that one's holding. Just need to use a little bit more in there. So we need to use more in here. This one needs to use a little more here. Okay, look at this one. This one's empty, this cavity. Okay, that one's good. All these are good. Let's walk over here. See how these are doing. This one could use more in this hole. Surprised that one's not bigger. Ooh, we got other cavities, don't we? Just put a little dab in there, because that may or may not be ants. And put a little bit of dab in here. That may or may not be ants. We don't know. Could just be ignored. Okay, the cavity's gone a little bit down, so we'll just put a little bit there, just a little droplet. See what happens. Come back over here. The cavity is empty here. When I tell you you'll be doing this for a while, you will. Big cavity underneath. Why is this also a good idea? It'll protect your pavers over a long period of time, because eventually the ants are going to dig enough underneath to where you'll have loose sand underneath, and these pavers are done under sand. I would have preferred a concrete base. I don't think they did that here. You wouldn't have as much ant issue. They did a concrete base, and so anyway, so what was supposed to be hardened sand is going to be very loose sand once the ants get through with it. And these bricks are eventually going to be wobbly and eventually cave in. You're going to have unevenness, and you're going to have a very expensive paver job. So if it wasn't done right in the first place, I don't think it was. This is just a real quick, easy, cheap, inexpensive solution to fix this problem. See, right here? Can you see? Another cavity right here. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the details. Keep on doing this until it's overflowing. If it's been there for, say, 10 minutes, it's overflowing, it's going to be somewhat hardened on top. Scrape off the tip, shape it, and then scrape off not just the tip, scrape off whatever you can in there, and then fill it with sand. The sand will stick to it, and then you can put sealer over it, okay? So keep that in mind. We got our work cut out to do. I'll probably be here for another hour doing this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please like this video. If you have any other suggestions, I welcome them. Sometimes I used to put concrete filler in there. I water it down a little bit so it gets in there well. Concrete filler is another good one to use. The reason I like the Type Bond, wood glue can be used for many things. Wood glue is very good for using on wallboard and different things. I like the wood glue because it'll keep the ants away, and it gets rock solid hard underneath there. A lot of people might think, oh, it's too brittle, it's too that. It's not too brittle if you can't compress it anymore. So it's brittle if you put something, you have a thin piece or whatever, it can break off. But if you have a rock solid mass, it'll hold very, very strong. I'm not doing it for the adhesion so much. I'm doing it for the filler, to make it an actual hard, very hard filler that ants don't like, or it's very difficult for ants to penetrate. So that's where I'm going with that. Takes a while to dry on the concrete filler. Concrete filler will start to harden fairly quickly, where this won't, especially if not in air. And I don't want it to fill very quickly. I'm sorry, I don't want it to dry very quickly, because it will. And I don't want to be a murderer, but it'll actually kill a lot of the ants, unless they can avoid it. I hope they avoid it, meaning I'm not trying to kill ants, but as it flows into their home, gosh, I feel bad if you've ever seen some of the movies out there, like what, Ants Life or Ants World or Bugs World or something, where ants, I just feel, I'm not trying to hurt them in their home, but right now it's going to cost me a lot of money. I don't fix this problem if I have to come back and remedy a problem that I didn't cause because of ants. So, like and subscribe, please. It helps me out. Like and subscribe to this channel. And I appreciate you. Like I said, the other thing that can mess you up if you don't do this process is the sand that they kick up is not the sand that you want as your top layer sand. It's your phase 1 sand. And your phase 1 sand, it's not curing anymore. It doesn't cure like cement anymore, like it did when you first buy it out of a bag, because it's been rained on a lot inside underground. It's been wet and it's depleted of all its properties. All that's left is a sand that is not good for a top layer. So when I'm done with this, I actually want to wash out the sand and put some good sand in there. It still has some cement-like adhesive bonding properties. It's not cheap. It's regular bag of sand like $5. The sand I'm talking about, I've seen it for as cheap as like $29 or $28, and I've seen it for as much as over $100 for specialty sand that I use for these projects. Sorry for the ant that's trying to go back in his home. Sorry, ant. It's ready for some more glue. There. Okay. I don't think we see any other ants. Whoa, look at that. Gotta put more down here again. here again. You can buy wood glue anywhere from Dollar Tree to, this was bought at Home Depot, but just wipe off any areas that you drip on. It'll dry clear eventually. Again, sorry, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Please like and subscribe. And I'll show you some other tips and tricks later. Oh, just a little, well, I'll teach you another time. God bless you. Pray before you eat. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. God loves you. And I always, always, always want to wish you well in everything you do. As long as you're doing good for others. Pass it along. Bye.